If you're staring at the Praxis website and can't tell the difference between the core and the subject assessments, don't worry. You're definitely not alone. The naming conventions can feel like a riddle, but by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which test does what. Welcome to the Praxis Test Prep channel. I'm Olivia, a test prep expert with Study.com. We're proud to partner with the Educational Testing Service, or ETS, the official provider of the Praxis exams, to bring you the most accurate and up-to-date information straight from the source. In this video, I'll break down everything you need to know about the Praxis core and the subject assessments so you can walk into test day with total confidence. Ready? Let's jump in. So, the Praxis Core Academic Skills for Educators, or the Praxis Core, and the Praxis Subject Assessments are the two main hurdles between you and your teaching license. Here's what you can actually expect when you sit down to take the exams. The core is all about basic reading, writing, and math. Most people take this right as they're applying to a teacher prep program. It's designed to prove you have the core skills needed to be an educator, regardless of what you'll eventually teach. The reading test, which is code 5713, expects you to analyze a lot of passages. You'll need to connect the dots between different concepts and make sense of how all the information fits together. The writing test is code 5723, and it's a bit of a marathon. You'll have a section on grammar and research skills along with 2 essays. In the math test, which is code 5733, you'll see everything from statistics to geometry. And don't worry about memorizing long division. There's an on-screen calculator built right into the platform for you. You can take all 3 subtests at once by registering for the Praxis Core Combined Exam. This is code 5752, with a total duration of 4 hours and 35 minutes. Most of the test consists of selected response questions, though the math and writing sections can have numeric entry and constructed response. Though it's one long session, you'll tackle these as 3 distinct sections with 85 minutes for reading, 100 minutes for writing, and 90 minutes for math. You do get a quick 15-minute break to catch your breath and reset your brain between subjects. Of course, if that sounds like too much to handle at once, you can always choose to schedule the subtests on separate days. In terms of what you'll actually see on the screen, most of the test consists of selected response questions, though the format changes slightly depending on the subject. For reading, you'll have 56 questions to answer. The writing section includes 40 questions plus 2 essays, often called constructed response questions, where you'll write out your answers. Finally, for math, you'll face 56 questions that are a mix of selected response and numeric entry, where you'll type your specific answer into a box rather than choosing from a list. When it comes to the subject assessments, these are the tests you typically take toward the end of your degree. There are over 120 different exams because they're specific to your license area. If you want to teach high school biology, your test will be 100% biology. If you're going for elementary ed, you'll likely take a multiple subjects test that covers social studies, science, math, and reading at an elementary level. Most of the question types are selected response, but many also include constructed response questions. Every state has its own rules when it comes to teacher licensing. In other words, your state or licensing agency determines which exams you need to take and the scores required to pass. Because of that, you'll want to double-check your specific state's requirements so you don't end up studying for a test you don't actually need. Check out this link to the official ETS state requirements page to find your target score. Now, you might be wondering why the distinction matters. Think of the Praxis Core as the entry fee. It proves you have the foundational skills needed to teach anything. On the flip side, the subject assessments are where you get to show off your expertise. If you want to be a high school physics teacher, the state wants to make sure you actually know your E equals MC squared before they hand over the chalk. Now, before you jump into studying, it's good to know a few essential things that can impact your timeline, your budget, and even your eligibility. Some states will let you skip the Praxis Core if you've scored high enough on your SATs or ACTs. So, always check your local requirements before you pay that registration fee. You can take all 3 core subtests one by one or all together. If you're up for a long testing day, take the combined version. It's way cheaper than paying for each one separately. Keep in mind that every state has a different cutoff for what they consider a passing grade. While your scores are transferable, the requirements can vary, so you'll want to double check the specific bar set by the state where you're applying. For the math and reading sections, you'll usually see an unofficial score pop up on the screen the second you finish. This is offered for tests that only have selected response questions. Remember that if you're taking the writing core or subject tests with essays, you'll have to wait a few weeks since it takes time for these to be graded. If you don't get the score you need for the core or subject assessment, you have plenty of options to try again. However, you have to wait 28 days before you can sit for that same test again. Make sure to use this time to look at your diagnostic report. It'll show you exactly which categories tripped you up. This helps you plan your next study schedule more strategically by focusing only on unfamiliar topics. There is no limit to how many times you can retake a Praxis test. If you're taking a combined test like the Praxis core and you only failed the math section, you don't have to retake the whole thing. You can just sign up for the specific subtest you missed. Now that we've cleared up the confusion between the Praxis core and the subject assessments, you might be wondering, okay, what's next? This is where your focused preparation kicks in. Using the right study resources can make a big difference. Study.com's Praxis test prep resources will guide you through personalized study plans and practice tests. We'll even use your practice test results to fine-tune your study plan as you go. Our lessons cover exactly what you need to work on to get on track. It also helps to simulate the real testing environment. Taking full-length timed practice tests is the best way to build up your endurance and time management skills. Here's another tip. Don't cram. Spacing your study out over a few weeks is way more effective than trying to learn everything in a couple of nights. Try making your study routine part of your daily schedule. Even 30 minutes a day of reviewing flashcards or tough math concepts can lead to big results. And that's the rundown on the differences between the Praxis core and subject assessments. Just remember that the core proves you have the foundations, while the subject assessments show you're a master of your specific field. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment with any questions or topics you want us to cover, and subscribe to this channel for more updates on Praxis exams. Remember, we're rooting for you every step of the way. You've got this.